Okay, so we're gonna go through a whole bunch of books. I have behind me. I don't know if I can show you. Hang on. We're going on a little trip. Hang on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, friends. Hang on. Hang on. We're going on a little trip. Peacock, hello. Will Creek. Did I say that right? I probably didn't say it right. And Flipper, hello. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes. 9, 10, 11 boxes here. 13, 14, 15 boxes. I don't think we're going to get through all 15, but we're going to try our best. We're going to go until I run out of steam or we run out of boxes, whichever comes first. Good morning, Dave. How are you? Welcome in. And Van Isle Collectibles, how are you doing? Welcome. Who else did I miss? Rain, hello. And Nietzsche, Fine Vintage Treasures. And Sandy, hello. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Peacock's getting the power. Peacock. Hang on. If I can do this properly. I do know how to run. Okay, so if you have requests, I can try my best. No guarantees, but this is where we are today. We got a whole bunch of books to do. So, which pile, which column should I start with? Column 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1 and 2 are just behind me, and then 3 and 4 is behind that. So I know you have the power. Okay, we got 2. Indie Hockey, welcome. So sassy. What a great name. I love that. Okay, so far we've got 2. So 2 is good. 2 is good. Yeah, and if you suddenly lose connection, it's Peacock. Peacock did it. Just kidding. Pinhound, good morning. We're gonna go with 2. Okay, box number 2. Hang on. It's challenging to get to, but I can do this. I can do hard things. Oh my gosh. Whew. Kim needs to work out more. Okay. I know I'm talking. Ooh, a Michael Jordan. Welcome back, Michael. A commemorative edition. Chicago Bulls, 1984 to 1993. A 2,000-pound statue of Michael was unveiled in 1994. Welcome back, Michael. Jen's Jelly Shop, Shark's Shoes. Oh my God, I love that name. 1995. So this is all about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. Welcome back, Michael. 1995. Let's weigh this and see how much it's going to cost to mail. All right, this is a medium. Bear with me while I get. I'm sorry. I have to get fresh with. I forgot. It's I can't remember what it's called. Snore something. Snore. Is it a Snorlax? I don't know. It's a Pokemon thing. That's all I know. All right, we're gonna pin medium book, and we're gonna start things for $2 today, cause I can. Okay, here we go. Michael Jordan book is running now. Welcome back, Michael. Hardcover. It's in really great condition. This would probably be an easy resell. You were snorlaxing an hour ago, but now you're making coffee. Ooh. I've had 2 coffees this morning, decaf coffees. So, because that's me. I'm a decaf girl. Ooh, okay, we got some fiction. Shirley MacLaine, The Camino. That's going to be a small book. I'm going to do that over here. Pin. Small book. $2. Not 30 seconds. 10 seconds. Running now. Softcover edition of Shirley MacLaine, The Camino. We're going to go fast today because we got so many boxes to go through. So I won't be able to read every single one of them. I'm not going to be read along with Kim for most of them. Every once in a while, I'll stop and do that because I can't help myself. This one is a medium. You like messing with your nervous system? I get really bad jitters now, like super bad jitters. I don't know why it's doing that. Start. Okay. This one is Seven Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey. So if you have a teenager, this is Seven Habits for Highly Effective Teenagers to help them on their way to success or stress out that they're not doing things right because some guy in a book said they should do it a different way. A Reckoning by Linda Spalding, author of The Purchase. This was published in, survey says, come on, get me to the page, 2017. 2017. The Reckoning is an extraordinary novel, according to somebody who wrote on the back. Extraordinary novel, a humane and timely examination of how the societies we create, just and profoundly unjust, set the parameters for the people we become. This is very true. Combs, welcome in. Corey, welcome in. All right, what's up next? Sketches of Upper Canada by Honorable John Howison, Esquire, 1821. This is a reprint, though. Don't get too excited. Reprint. Please note on the back, they're damaged here. A reprint of Sketches of Upper Canada, written in 1821. This particular baby was published by Coles in 1970. 1970. 56 years old. So it itself, it's a reproduction of 1821, but it's pretty old itself. One day the reproductions are going to also be antique. This one is running now. Sketches of Upper Canada, great history from a first person account of coming to Canada. It's been a rough 50 years. I know it has. Seems like it's rougher now than ever before. Or is that just me? Parenting with Purpose. 12 biblical traits to prepare kids for life. Just biblical ones, nothing else. You only get the biblical stuff. Pin and two. We're just doing two today, hopefully. There we go. Parenting with Purpose, 12 Bible traits. Biblical traits, I mean, not Bible traits. 12 Bible traits to go by. All right, and then we got a whole whack of these. Vintage in, okay, these are going to go in small. I miss the 90s. 90s felt simpler, but then our life was, well, I don't know. I got married, pregnant, etc. Harlequin edition, 1962, Stranger in Their Midst. These are awesome. These are awesome Harlequin romances from 1962. That's going to run for $2, running now. 1962 Harlequin romance, Strangers in Their Midst. Oh, good morning, Vintiquity. How are you? How are things for you? I don't see her. I don't see her. Why do you see her and I don't see her? Magic. You've got magic. Hi. How's mom? How are you? I care about both. And your sister. The Gated. This is another Harlequin, and I love you. The Gated. This one's got a coffee stain on it, so somebody really loved it. Another cute Harlequin romance. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, that one's really beat up. Okay, this one I'm gonna run for just $1. The cover is awesome though. Far Sanctuary. I know, vintage Harlequin. You gotta love that. But it does. This one was obviously, she probably had it on her TV tray. And some of the pages are starting to fall apart. So this one I'm just gonna run for $1 here, because the cover's awesome. And anyone who does junk journaling, Dragota doesn't like taking books apart, but this one is falling apart and dirty, Dragota. So it needs a new life some other way. There's a very cool cover. Very tempted by that. Oh, and then we have Black Charles. Oh dear, Black Charles. Once in nearly every generation, a dark-haired male was born into the traditionally fair-haired family of Pendleton. Ooh. It is totally given like pulp magazine. The cover art is amazing. I love these. I mean, they had to give you a reason to take this off the little That, that spinny book thing that they would have at the grocery stores and stuff. This one's great. Black Charles. Look at him. Oh, darling. Oh, darling. Okay, and then there's just one more. Dr. Mem Sahib. It does have some dog earring right there. I don't know why the outside is dog eared. Probably it got stored wrong. And there's a little bit of damage right there. So that, but Dr. Mem Sahib. I can't even speak. I can't speak. Mem Sahib. Mark Travers did not, in any case, want a woman plastic surgeon cluttering up his hospital. Ooh. Oh, them's fighting words. Okay, Rick, let's moving on from those. And welcome in everyone. We are unboxing until I run out of boxes or energy. This one's gonna stay in small. This one's $2. Jojo, welcome in. How are you doing? And let's see. Groundbreaking manifesto on the meaning of life. Rick Warren, the purpose-driven life. What on earth am I here for? Is he one of the mega preachers? I think he is. This book will help you understand why you're alive and God's amazing plan for you. It's a personal 40-day spiritual journey. Okay. Oh, crosswords. It's a little bent. It's a little wonky. I'm sure that can be fixed with just some. It's 150 puzzles. Now, let's see how many puzzles this person did. They started on puzzle 1 and didn't finish. Puzzle 3 and didn't finish. And looks like the rest are probably yours. They started and it's in pencil. So let me just double check the weight. I forgot to do that. And it's going to go in it's just over, so it needs to go in medium. So otherwise, I get dinged. All right, crossword. Only 2 of the crosswords have been penciled in very lightly. So if somebody loves crosswords, this is for them. All right. Next, the Badlands of the Red Deer River Valley. This looks like some sort of, look at this, the Badlands Motel. Is that still there? On the Dinosaur Trail, 300 yards west of Highway 9 in North Drumheller. I said I liked curse words, not crosswords. That's hilarious. Let's see. So this is like the city recommends the following. So this is from the city of which hotel? The Badlands Motel. Badlands, you gotta live it every day. The price you gotta pay. Let's see. Footsteps of dinosaurs, blah, blah, blah. Livestock. Oh, look at this. The Sheraton Summit Hotel. Top of the summit, a new point of view. Calgary's most entertaining inn. It's the most entertaining. Okay, so it's got interesting information about the history, the geology of the Badlands, how the dinosaurs came to be there. Calgary doesn't have a summit. Well, obviously, it looks like they made one. They just, built it up. So Badlands. So this is looks like 1950s. Kim got distracted and didn't look. It does not say. Oh, there's even color in here. I just saw color. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a map. Okay, so this is Calgary area, Drumheller, Red Deer River Valley, etc., etc. The dinosaurs. You heard that the Badlands are small. The summit is still there. Okay, moving on. Spirituality for Teens, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Spirituality for Teens. Someone paid $4.99 for this at Talese, because Talese likes to rip people off. All right, this is a medium. Running now. Spirituality for Teens, A Complete Idiot's Guide to Spirituality for Teens. If you know an idiot who's a teenager, this might be for them. Next, Away by Jane Urquhart. I assume it's fiction. Winner of the Trillium Award and shortlisted for prestigious International Impact Dublin Literary Award. Jane Urquhart, Away. A stunning, evocative novel set in Ireland and Canada. Away traces a family's complex and layered past, starting in the 1840s in Irish coast to the quarantine stations at Grow Isle. 600 or so? Yes, I guess you do. You know a lot of idiot children. Do you want the book? Will it help? I don't think it'll help. I don't think it's going to help at all. All right, Young Mr. Smith in Upper Canada by Mary Larrett Smith. Tell me more. Not all British immigrants in mid-19th century Upper Canada were roughing it in the bush. This lively account of 20 years in the life of a dashing young man about town provides first-hand description of society in early Victorian Toronto. Young Mr. Smith's Diaries of 1952 have been edited by his granddaughter and deftly interwoven with her own background comments. Oh, that's very cool. If you like history of Toronto, this one is This Man About Town, edited by his granddaughter, which is kind of cool. That's very interesting. That looks like an interesting read. Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe. He decided not to rough it. Yeah, I mean, my ancestors were farmers, so they were roughing it. They were definitely roughing it for a while. 2014, this was written. Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe, which, by the way, his bridge still isn't open because some little orange toddler, won't allow the bridge to be open because his buddy who paid his campaign a lot of money owns the other bridge, so he won't open the new bridge. Some early settlers like glamping. They definitely. I would have liked glamping. I would have been all for that, but I think I would have survived. I think I would have been okay. 5 Toronto. This is Mike Filey. 5 sketches. Number 5. The Way We Were. So this is the 5th one. Was one signed? No, this one is not signed. One side of family came to Canada in mid-18. Other side 1900. No, that's fine. Antiquity, you do what you got to do, my love. Yay! I'm so glad. Hopefully, you're gonna be able to drag her home. By the hair of her chinny chin chin. I hope. Okay, Consolidated Encyclopedia. This is only LEI to MUL. But you know what I love about these old encyclopedias? Oh, awesome. That is great news. That is really great news. I'm so happy. You coming is what made the difference. I hope. Miss you all too. Okay, so it's got some illustrations in here. There's Mississippi. So this is what I like about old encyclopedias is the pictures and stuff that are inside. They are pretty amazing. This one seems to have a lot of. So that is why I sell parts. Parts is parts. So this is a large and and it's going to run for 2 as well. I'm doing $2 on most of the items because Consolidated. This one is My Ancestors Mixed Farmers. 1 police officer. That's cool. I had a postal. He had the postal route, and then he got killed. He got hit by a train as he was on the night run. 1947. This was from 1947. That's cool. Okay. Ooh, this one's neat. Little Bible picture book. I assume it's small, but we're gonna weigh it just to be on the safe side. Metropolitan Mission, 822 College Street, 1929. As you can see, the cover is coming off. This is a mission book that was given out to children in 1929, in at Toronto, Metropolitan Mission, 822 College Street, Toronto. It does have some pencil markings on it. And there are Bible stories inside. And I love the illustrations in these. Like, go forth, go! Oh, sorry. That's the sound effect I think they're making. It's the most horrible sound effect you've probably ever heard. Running that now. 1929 Bible picture book for children, handed out in the Mission on College Street in Toronto, which I assume is probably not there anymore. We're getting through this. Russell Peters, call me Russell. Okay, do I have to? Don't really know you that well. 2010. Russell Peters. This is a national bestseller. It has a new afterword in it, supposedly. I don't know what that means. Break Cafe, Angie, hello. And Solshana, good morning. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Okay, Lisha, did I say that right? When I was a child, my uncle gave me a Bible. Not fun reading for a 7-year-old. I read whatever I could, Peacock. I'm okay. We're going through books today, so I love going through books for the most part. I love books. I have a thing for books. But my library is all packed up right now. The Memoirs of Elizabeth Frankenstein. I think this is like fan fiction type, I don't know. What are we supposed to call it? Oh, you know what? This can be in medium. Okay. It can stay in medium. This is Memoirs of Elizabeth Frankenstein. Theodore Roszak offers us a subversively erotically charged counterpart to Mary Shelley's classic Frankenstein. Is presented in the form of a secret autobiography, a soul-bearing document intended for the eyes of a single reader. Elizabeth's brother, lover, oh God, and spiritual other half, Victor Frankenstein. Oh dear Lord. Okay. A Frankenstein remake of Elizabeth Frankenstein, who has things going on with her brother. I don't want to know. I just don't want to know. I just want. Yeah, the story of Frankenstein, 50 Shades Darker, Part 2. Exactly. You must remember this, a novel by Joyce Carol Oates. Please note the damage there. And look, it was $2. Original price $15.99. Well, yeah. Published in 1997, according to the person who wrote this. And do we have a blurb? Writing at the peak of her storytelling powers, Joyce Carol Oates has given us, you must remember this, an epic novel of an American family in the 1950s. Ooh. I need motivation too. You don't want to go to work today? Think of food. Electricity bill. Water bill. Phone bill. I just think of bills. I think of bills. Food is a good thing to have. Stained glass. Ooh, an introduction based on examples from the Vitro Musée Roman. Ooh, cool. This was published in 2006 by the Swiss Museum of Stained Glass and Glass Art. Oops. What the heck was that? Oh, now I got to bend over. Oh, dear Lord. I'll be back. Oh, nearly there. Made it. Oh, okay. Oh, I have a feeling somebody went there because there's the guide to the museum in French. Okay, so you'd have to share it with a family of quail. Oh, oh yeah, that would be good. That's a good idea. Pick a pie's worth. All right, so this is an introduction to stained glass, with images from this the Switzerland, um, the Switzerland Museum of Stained Glass and such. All right, trying to do this with one hand, not succeeding. There we go. Running now. Yeah, definitely they went there because they kept the guide that's also in there. But it's gorgeous stained glass. Um, you have 13 baby quails. Aw, baby quails are so cute. My town, my memories. Claire Gavin is well known in the Peterborough area. Humorous and nostalgic, we will laugh and perhaps weep as Claire Galvin journeys back to the days of his youth and life as it was in Peterborough, Ontario during the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Ooh, is it signed? It is. Warmest regards. Signed, and it is 30s, 40s, and 50s reminiscences of Peterborough, Ontario, which is not far away from me. Yes, go make coffee. Go have a coffee, Peacock. You'll feel better after a coffee. You might. Well, you'll also need to go to the bathroom probably. I usually feel better and then I have to go pee. So, then it forces you off the couch or the bed because you have to go. All right. My Town, My Memories by Claire Galvin of Peterborough, Ontario. Also signed by him. Yeah, don't worry, Dakota. I'm just happy you're here hanging out. We get to look at the books together. The Fur Traders of the Bay, also known as My Fur Lassie. This is a Canadian comic opera. Oh, done in the style of a Gilbert and Sullivan operetta. The melodies have been selected from various Sullivan tunes from several different productions. The lyrics and libretto are original. Okay, My Fur Lassie, The Traders of the Bay. This was written in 2011 by Bill Coder. Do you ever have books of nature, animals, or art? All the time. All the time. There's actually, it's still in this room. There was one. Oh, it's outside. Hang on. No, it's not outside. Sorry, Loki. I had one, but it looks like, oh, you know what? I think it's under here. I think I'm using the box. I am. This one is really cute. The ABCs of Nature. Hang on. This one was from last time. This is me being a mod, but not fast enough. All good. All good. Okay. This one is actually an extra large book. This one I can run for 4. This one I put aside to put in my booth. This one is ABCs of Nature. And when was it written? The ABCs of Nature. This was published by the Reader's Digest Association in 1984. And it has basically all of nature from, and ephemera. This woman loved to put ephemera and everything. I thought I got all the ephemera out last time I showed this, but clearly not. Holy cow. She clipped things. Sometimes read Death Penalty. Nothing to do with nature. She would just shove it in there. She had a thing for clipping and then just shoving stuff in, and that one was about an article about the death penalty. Somebody wrote it. So, anyways, the ABCs of Nature is right now. Oh, the joys of this world. I will put press kettle. I'm going to put these back in. Thank you. so that you too can read whatever it is that she clipped that she thought was very important. I know some cash would have been nice. I know. Isn't that always the way? It's not cash. Thank you, Brass Kettle. Let me just poop that out. And put that right there. And put it in here. Okay. I'm so limited on space that I have to move around every time. Sorry, everybody. Okay. I can't really. Maybe if I. Oh, that's gonna fall. You know something's gonna fall. Okay. Open up a Bible and found clippings of old. Oh my God, that's horrible. Why would you put that in with Jesus? Poor Jesus. Okay, let's dig. Let's dig some more. Thank you so much, Brass Kettle, for asking about that. This one is a whole bunch of Dale Evans, Rogers, and Dale Rogers stuff. This is about their daughter who passed away. She had Down syndrome, and so it's a story all about her daughter and how her daughter taught her so much about life and love and yada yada. Dale Rogers. It also has the Dale Rogers, Dale Evans Collectors Association. I did not know. Yeah, that could be the case, Dragoda. That is possible. I used to hide letters in. I used to put letters in the Bible that I didn't want my dad to read when I was upset at him. I would write letters to him and then put them in the Bible that was in my room. So they were just that was my way of like getting it out without confronting him. So I would write in the Bible. Okay. Oh, and I forgot about this. The Gilbert and Sullivan. The Traders of the Bay. The remake of it. Oh my gosh. Okay, which one is an alto? Francis Simpson is an alto in this. There are two sets. The first in Act 1 is the interior of a log cabin's Hudson Bay post, and the set for Act 2 is outside the log cabin trading post. Okay. So it tells you all about that. And then let's see. Does he say Young Man Despair, Mikado? No, I don't know any of those songs. Our Greatest Mikado. See, because he's taken Gilbert and Sullivan tunes and then re-put them with his own words. I don't know Mikado enough. It's mostly Mikado so far. Come on, buddy. Pick another operetta that I can recognize. No, I give up. Okay, so this is a operetta, and a lovely operetta of My Fur Lassie in to the tune of Gilbert and Sullivan. But you just get the lyrics because you're supposed to already know the Gilbert and Sullivan tunes. Someone was like, you know what I need to do? I need to Gilbert and Sullivan this. I need to do an operetta a la Gilbert and Sullivan. Okay, Sotheby's Modern British Paintings, Drawings, and Sculpture. This was an auction in November of 1986. You worked in a secondhand bookstore for a year. That would have been so cool. Okay, what I love about these, this is all the paintings that they sold at this auction in 1986, and so you actually get a copy of them. And they're just gorgeous. Some of them are black and white, some of them are full color, and this is going to be medium. Oops, my thumb is too fat. There we go. Sotheby's 1986. This is true. Canadian Brick Cafe. That's very true. We're not going to let go of them. Okay. We've got a whole bunch in here. Okay. All right. Bear with me. We're going to go fast and furious through these. Important English drawings and watercolors is going to, from Christie's 1987, is going to run now. Important drawings and watercolors from Christie's 1987 is running now. Next, Fast and Furious, Kim. Fast and Furious. English Pictures, April 1987. April 1987, English Pictures. Actually, there's some gorgeous ones in there. I love old catalogs. There's also, they would have the suggested amount. 3,000 to 4,000 pounds for this one. Sir Godfrey Kneller and Studio. All right. Next up we have Christie's Important English Pictures 1986. Whoops. Hit yourself in the face with it. Christie's 1986 Important Pictures. Look how cool these are. Yes, this kind of thing will get junk journaled for sure, or remade. Look at this. How cool is that? Some of these, imagine you take them and then you turn them into, you just frame them, frame them. I would just frame them. This one, this one had a price list on the back. Yeah, decoupage. That's a great idea. Okay, this is November 1987, Important English Pictures. There's a lot of important English pictures, and they would sell them. Let's see. Let's try that one. That one's really pretty. 20,000 to 30,000 pounds for this one. How big was it? That shit was epically big. 20 1/4 by 30 inches. Actually not that big. 1825. All right. Fine Victorian pictures. Fine Victorian pictures. Christie's 1987. Fine Victorian pictures. Victorians really were into animals and children and landscapes. Small hands. We're gonna get through these. I'm just gonna start grabbing. There's a whole bunch. I'm just gonna double check the weight because I have a feeling these are lighter, but I could be wrong. I'm wrong. This one is Contemporary Art by Sotheby's in New York, 1979. Your bookshelves are sagging, so what you need to do is go through them and see if you have any that you don't bring you joy anymore, and then you can sell them. You can do book shows. Sell those extra books so you can make room for new books. Or more shelves. More shelves is also a solution. Put bigger, taller books on the lower shelves. Yes, definitely. Modern Paintings, Drawings, and Sculpture, 1976, Sotheby Park, Burnett, New York. Modern Pictures. This one's interesting. Running now. You do have to get her done. Just do like general listings and just do it. Just do it. If there's anything that's really fancy, list it and put it in the buy it now. You can always do a flash sale, which, by the way, folks, please bookmark my upcoming shows and check out the store for my buy it now, because I have a bunch of stuff in my buy it now. And if you ask me about something in my buy it now, I will do a flash sale for you. And hello to all the people on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook who might be watching now. Probably not watching, but every once in a while somebody comes by and watches on Twitch. And so hello to you. And on YouTube, hello. In 1976, Modern Paintings and Sculptures, 1976, Sotheby's, New York. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh, that one was pretty. That one's pretty too. So cool. All right, there's only 2 more. Good news, there's only 2 more. Thank you, Peacock. All right, this one is 1976, Important 19th and 20th Century Drawings from Sotheby's, New York. Running now. Running on empty. Oh, gosh. I'm trying to see. Come on, give me some color in there. Nope. No color in that one. All right, last but not, hopefully this is last. Last but not least, we have 19 76, Sotheby's, New York. More paintings and stuff. That's what I was going to say. Stuff. More paintings and stuff. And the last thing in this box is Building Construction Handbook. Holy cow. That thing weighs a ton. Building Construction Handbook. We will look at this a little bit closer. It's extra large. It's not going to be $10. This was from, an architect owned this. And it is Charles Gillen, Ontario Association of Architects. He owned this 1958. 1958. So this was the handbook for professionals. In 1958. Yeah, it's definitely not up to date, but it is very cool. If you know someone in construction, these kind of like old handbooks and stuff, people, especially if they're managers or own a business, they love this kind of thing because it harkens back to a time gone by. 1958 was this particular one. Construction handbook. All right. Oh, there's a box done. Another box bites the dust. Now I just need to organize this box a little better. Hang on. All of these, and these, so that I can put them properly in the bottom of the box. There we go. Okay. Whew. Yes, collect Kim, trade Kim. Mike Holmes, yeah. I found a Holmes book that got wet and I said to my husband from the flood, I said to my husband, do you need this? He's downstairs right now putting in the drywall and replacing the drywall because we're not getting that company to do it. Okay, so that was from pile number 2. So do you want from column 1, 2, 3, or 4? Actually, not 2 because we've already done 2 for a bit. Otherwise, it's hard for me to get to. So 1, 3, or 4. 1, 3, or 4. Okay, we got one person for 1. You have a 1960s typewriter textbook. That's cool. Those are very useful. 1 it is, which is very convenient. Thank you. It's right here. Oh, it's so heavy. Why are your books so heavy? Ow. Okay, there goes my shoulder. I didn't need that shoulder, did I? I didn't need it. Yes, if you're a Canadian seller, consider getting your own trading cards so that we're not alone with trading cards in Canada. This was to Becky on your 4th birthday, 1984. Lots of love, Andy. Look at this. Snow White and the 7 Dwarves. Oh my, okay. How can I show you this? Look. The cards are not printed in Canada. They are not. They're printed in probably China. Thriftworks lives in France, but he has an American company because that he uses for whatnot. So it does come from through the States to us. Check out how cool this is. So this is a story book, but it's called Pop-Up Movie Go Round Book. So as you can see, it's got all the scenes from the movie in this pop-up movie go round book. So open book, unfold each scene, and fold down floors to keep floors flat. Fold forward at mid-crease, blah, blah, blah. So this is from 1981, but this was given to Becky on her fourth birthday in 1984. It's a very sweet book. Let me just double check the weight. Yep, medium. Boopity boop, boop boopity boop. All right, running now. Thank you, Peacock. Yes, piece of Disney history from the 1980s. We'll definitely go in my Berenstain Bears. The big road race and the big road race. Now let's see. Nobody wrote in it. Look at that. Pristine. Nothing's been written in it so far. 1987 hardcover Berenstain Bears. These were great early readers. I read Berenstain Bears. I love Berenstain Bears. Who doesn't love Berenstain Bears? This one's running now, and it hasn't been written in or anything. The Great Road Race. Thank you, Sydney, for all those shares. I appreciate you. Funds a year-round thing in the Kawartha Lakes. Ooh, it is a year-round thing in the Kawartha Lakes. Kawartha Tourist Association, Water Street in Peterborough. Supplement of the Review Weekly. Look at the Kawartha Tourist Association. The Berenstain Bears are a Canadian childhood staple. They totally are. You were right, Dakota. Totally. This doesn't have a date. Probably some of these places are gone now. Scotsman's Point. All right, I'm going to put this under ephemera. Boop, boop, boop. Kawartha Lakes Guide for Year-Round Fun. It doesn't have a date on it. But, ooh. You know what? I need to get used to these nails. Ooh, does anyone have a Miromatic speed pressure cooker? Because this has directions, recipes, and timetables, and how to use, oh, it's got a little bit of staining on it, and how to use your Miromatic pressure cooker. Oh yes, I will grab that. Thank you so much. I do have one in reach. Thank you, Sydney. I also have this. That was my mom's. I was going through the estate sale stuff, and I put this aside to put with books. Mom had problems reading after a while. Big kid books were a little bit, adult books were too much for her. Then we went down. So we finally went down to these kind of books that Mom would read. So this one is Pinkie Pie Throws a Party, and it's a hard book for kids from 2012. Oh, okay. And let me just double check the weight. I think it's in, oops. Yeah. Okay. And it is small. So look how it shines. It's so pretty. And that's going to just be $1 because it's a kid's book. And it's not as collectible. The older ones I run for $2 today because I can. Pinkie Pie, that one's so cute. Okay, and then this one is the Berenstain Bears and the Big Road Race. This one is like, it's clean inside, which I normally don't see with vintage books. And this one is 1987. 1987. I think this can go. Yeah, this can stay in small. And this will be $2. 1987 Berenstain Bears. This one is running now. The Big Road Race. It's a hardcover. And the illustrations are amazing. This book is in really good condition. It is so cute. And then we have this one. This is Snow White. Let me just double check the weight. Yeah, this will be a medium. This is a pop-up movie go round book. So it actually has a really cool thing. Now, it has been written in. It was given to a little girl for her 4th birthday in 1984. This was printed in 1981. Now watch this. You open it up, and you get the Wicked Witch, the witch, and you get her with the, yeah, isn't this cute? And then wait, over here, it also pops down, so you can, like, I'm not going to do it today, as I don't think I can. Can I? I can. Okay, hang on. Yeah, so it's like, if you keep turning it, you keep getting all the different scenes from the movie. I'm going to be very careful with it, though. So it's called a pop-up movie go round. So it looks like that. Isn't that cool? It's so cool. I love it. I think it's cool. All right, running for $2 if anyone is interested. But there's no obligation, just showing it again. Oh, as I I'm not used to these fingers. I need new fingers. My fingers are an issue. Okay, speaking of an issue, what do we have here? This is going to go in ephemerama. This is from the Globe and Mail Weekend 1975. The thundering champion of English Quebec, killing Bill 22. That didn't last long, did it? So this is from the Globe and Mail 19. Do you know if you have any teen magazines? I don't think so. I do not think so. I don't remember any, to be honest. No. I don't tend. Those are so hard to find because we ripped them up, right? We just like tore the living daylights out of them. Yeah, that would be very cool. But we tore the living daylights out of them. Oh dear. Okay, get ready. We got some coffee table books coming up, so they're all gonna be heavy as poop. First of all, we've got this one, which is, it's not gonna be 10. You collage with all yours back. Yeah, I just, if I liked the picture, it went up on my wall. So this is Life in Camelot, the Kennedy years from Life magazine. Just, oh, let's hold it over, I see. So anyways, yep, pictures from the Kennedy years, Life in Camelot. Oh gosh, run that for $2. 10 seconds, running now. It is so heavy. This is also made excellent for exercising. I'm gonna blow up my arms doing that. Oh. Okay, and then we have Frank Sinatra, An American Legend by Nancy Sinatra. So if you like old blue eyes, or you know someone who does, this will make a great gift. And this is also, holy cow, this is even heavier, but I'm just going to run it here. This is over 4 pounds. This book is over 4 pounds. Holy cow. Frank Sinatra, 1915 to 1998. Woo. I did it my way, and now the end is near. Canada, the Scenic Land. When was this written? 1984 was when this was published. It's a very heavy book. Yeah, it's an extremely heavy book. I'm sorry. Canada, the Scenic Land, 1970, whatever I said, 76. This one is going to be a medium. And so we shall run that. 1976 Canada book. Gorgeous pictures inside. Really pretty pictures. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. The Concise Oxford Dictionary. Pick a word, any word. Let's see. Kyanite. Hydrated magnesium and potassium chloride and sulfate used as fertilizer. Look what I learned today. Kyanite is the word for today. Hi Sandra, how are you? Kyanite. This is going to be, no, this would be fine in medium. Running that now. Oxford Dictionary running now. It's a very handy book in case the internet, like, what if you're trying to spell something and the internet isn't working? What are you going to do? How are you going to spell that? You don't have spell check. Sinatra, another Sinatra one, A Life Remembered by Lou Irwin. This one's from 1995. Ugh. This is going to be, this is going to be a large book. The smell when rain first falls is petrichor. Ooh, is that the smell? I did not know that. I didn't know the smell had a name, but it makes sense. All right, this Sinatra is running now. It's actually quite cool. It's always interesting to see how, like, when they make books that are that kind of more awkward size. Ooh, Yesterday's Toronto, 1870 to 1910. This was published in. Give us a witty, entertaining, and accurate picture of ourselves over this 40-year period and will fascinate all those interested in photography, history, nostalgia, architecture, human behavior, Canadiana, and Torontonia, which is the stuff about Toronto. And this was published in, oh my gosh, where's the thing? It's hiding from me. It's literally hiding from me. There it is. 1978. 1978. Yesterday's Toronto. Let me just double check the weight. Yep, it's gonna go. You have pickup only. That is that would be a very impressive. That would be a very impressive book. I mean, you could make a listing for it, but if somebody weekly bundles, that's fun. Yesterday's Toronto. Another Toronto history book. Then what do we have here? Goodness, it just is like a never-ending box. Adverse. What? Anthony Adverse by Hervey Allen. Okay, I believe you. Tell me more. Copyright 1933 by Hervey Allen, Prince of the United States, by the Harris Wolff Estate. There is something in us that can be without us and will be after us, though indeed it hath no history of what it was before us, and cannot tell how it entered into us. Okie dokie. All right, don't know much about this. Icons and iconoclasts, the plains of France. I don't know. I just work here. I'm just gonna run it. Anthony Adverse is the name of the book. From 1933. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's not yet an antique. It's not antique. Okay, we got some Time magazines. 1, 2, 3 Time magazines. And it'll keep them all together. So you get the Century's Greatest Minds is from 1999, 100 of the greatest minds of all time. And you get from 1998, you get 100 artists and entertainers of the century. And then 1988, you also get 100 builders and titans. Please note there's damage right there. Hello, Cindy. How are you? So you get all three books for one money. All 3 magazines from the 90s for one money. So there'll be really interesting ads in there from the 90s and pictures of different builders, scientists, and entertainers. Okay, and then we have, ooh, look at this, Santa's Little Helper. Maclean's Magazine, 1968. Script girl Jan Tennant. Inside the CBC, the way it is until the satellites change it all. How to put more joy into winter, 1968. Oh my goodness. Look at those ads. Ooh. Racy. Okay, 1968 magazine. We will run that now. That's running for Maclean's 1968. Running now. The cool Coke ad on the back. Always Coca-Cola. That over there. Ooh, Better Homes and Gardens kitchen ideas for 1960. Check out the kitchen. Oh my gosh, look at this. I think my grandparents had this. Vinyl floor. So this is all Better Homes and Gardens kitchens for 1960. So if you're into retro kitchens and such, you want this book. All right, running now. Kitchen ideas for 1960 from Better Homes and Gardens. I love the colors in there. All right, and then we've got, oh dear, is that all coming apart? It is. That's all coming apart, so we're going to skip that. Simplicity Sewing Book, easy guide for beginners and experts. From what year? It's got a musty smell to it. Just gonna tell you that. 1953. 1953 sewing guide. And basically it was for someone this old to learn how to sew for the first time. We're gonna do this under small pin run, $2 running now. 1953. Still, yeah, still the information on how to sew does not change. Until we get robots that do it for us, it doesn't change. Okay, this one is Canadian Art, which was a magazine, and this is August 1963. Canadian Art magazine from 1963. Run that now. Running fast and furious. We're gonna get through these boxes come hell or high water. 1963 Canadian Art magazine. Really pretty cover. Put that over there. What else is in here? How to Begin Painting for Fun. Ooh. How to Begin Painting for Fun. Published by Walter T. Foster. That, I love that. I want to frame that. I want to frame this too. This was only $1, not more than $1.25 in any foreign country. Ooh. Front cover. Where's the? Doesn't say what year. Let's see if it's at the back. No, but check out this abstract work that they're showing off at the back. Where is it? I just had it. There. So if you want to learn how to paint, painting for fun. Yeah, it doesn't smell. It smells fine. Painting for fun. How to Begin Painting for Fun is running now. This looks like 1950s. And check out the abstract work on the back. Lanny, how are you? Welcome in. Century, the Canadian Saga. This is Century magazine from 1967. I'm good. We're going through boxes of books till I give up. So this obviously was printed in 1967 by the Toronto Daily Star, the week of February 13th, 1967. Century magazine. I need to change that so I can run faster. Bloop. It's running now. Century magazine. All right, no worries. Move that up there. What else do we have here? Ooh. It looks like a cookbook, and it was used for sure. Better Homes and Gardens Junior Cookbook for the hostess and host of tomorrow. I love that they added both genders here. 1963. 1963. So this is like 63 years old. Is it? Yeah. Oh my gosh. 1963 book for kids, preteens, teens, entertain. The graphics are awesome in this. And then look at what you can make. So, and I love this cover. The cover alone. Let me just double check the weight. I feel like it's small, but it is not. I'm wrong. It feels, this is why you should weigh everything, because you may think you know after all these years, but I was off by 2 ounces. So what do I know? Okay, this is running now. 19, what did I say? 50 something? 60? I can't, 60. 1963. Oh, and at the bottom is something that I swear every single estate sale that I've ever run myself has had a Robert Bateman book in there. I mean, it's just a thing, isn't it? Every single one. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, this is going to be extra large. I will run this for $2. It has amazing. I mean, it's his art, right? So it's going to be amazing in here. Those Robert Bateman's art throughout. So if you love nature pictures, if you love our Canadian, I think he's Canadian. I can't remember now. Oh, I don't have Alexa near me. Okay, I'm trying to hold this so I can hit run. There we go. Running now. Oh God, it's so heavy. Brass kettle, it's so heavy. Oh, you can use it as a doorstop as well. It could probably hold up the side of a building. The brass kettle, thank you so much. That's coming to you. Let's hit beep. Beep, beep. There we go. I don't know why I'm making sound effects like a child, but you came back in at the perfect time. It's awesome. Oh, and heavy. Whoosh. Okay, we've conquered another box, folks. Yay! Let me just adjust this other one so that everything lies flat so that I can put the next box of books on here. Oops. There we go. Okay. All right. Woo. Okay, so I'm going to go with easily accessible. Do you want me to pull from column 1, column 3, or column 4? 1, 3, or 4? 2's too hard to get to right now. I've got to vote for 3. Any other takers? Or are we going with 3? Which is right here. Looks like we're going with what Lanny says. Let's go to number 3. See what's in number 3. Oh, hoo-ah. Okay. We got another Michael Jordan book. 3 it is. 3 works. Okay, Michael Jordan, Driven from Within. I didn't know he had tattoos like that. That's so cool. That must have hurt. This was $48 at the time. So, oh my gosh, this is $48 on it. This is DeKuyver Collection 2012. Okay. Is this like a, I don't know why it says that. 2012. I can't find the first page. Anyways, Michael Jordan, Driven from Within. The one thing I am going to start doing is going through some of these books that I don't sell and selling them, listing some of them on the Big A. And because, yeah, supposedly you can make good money that way. So I'm going to try it because you never know. Wait, is this medium? No, it's not. It's not medium, Kim. I don't know why you thought it was medium. All right, we're going for $2. $2 for the Michael Jordan Driven from Within. It obviously is like an I assume it's an autobiography or a biography. It's very cool. Okay. That one I'll have to look up. Next. Small. The one that starts with A. Yeah, the one that starts with A. But not Abe. The big A. The big A. Because you can do that where you just like, so what you do is you scan it and then it'll tell you what it's worth and what your sell-through rates are, and if the sell-through rates are good, then you can just ship it to them. You get it ready. So I would like wrap it and have it ready to ship, and then I would send it to them in a big box of them, and then they store it, and when it sells, they do it from their warehouse, because people prefer that. People like the warehouses directly from the warehouse because they get it faster. Old magazine price guide. So if you're a collector of magazines, this one's from 1994, so it's not about the prices in it. It's about, you'll see all the different types and understand a little bit more about rarity and which ones were mass produced, which ones weren't, because the ones that weren't are higher rarity value. So old magazine collector's guide from 1994. I love this. This is so cool. I love that. It's like a bookmark. Wouldn't that make a very cool bookmark? Make 2 from here. Okay. Next, we have Conservation Illustrated from the Canadian Nature Magazine of Toronto. And this was published in 1947. 1947, Conservation Illustrated. And this one covers what did this cover? This was what conservation means, soil and wise land use, water and national treasure, conservation education, conservation and citizenship. So all about conservation. And we'll run that for $2 running now. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a quick edit while this is running. Do 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 do. We're gonna do a quick edit while I'm here. Edit. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to cooperate this today. Okay. Backspace 2. And confirm. There. Okay. That'll make my life easier. The Female of the Species by R.H. Smythe does have damage there. This is a study of the part played in nature by the female. It discusses the position she holds in both the human and animal spheres and stresses that it is the female who is of supreme importance in ensuring the survival of a species, no duh, and that the mere male is usually an incidental accessory with whom the female can often dispense once he has fulfilled his natural function. I haven't found them yet. They're still in the big storage. Yeah. This author divides his book into 6 chapters. The importance of the female, the role of the female, courtship, marriage, and birth, and the care of the young. Under these headings, he draws attention to the main strange features connected with the relationship of the sexes. Like, why does the female stickleback refuse to accept the advances of the male unless he stands on his head? There is some foxing. It is all about the female of the species, and this author says that men are just mere accessories necessary for reproduction. Okay, science plus feminism. Beepity boopity, oops. We're gonna run this for $2, running now. That's the plot of The Last Man, a brilliant graphic novel. Oh my gosh. Why The Last Man? That's interesting, comms. I don't think that men are just accessories, but I think it's funny that he wrote that. Foundry Man's the Foundry Man's Apprentice. The Foundry Man's Apprentice. This is the Tremont Street Mob. Were just ordinary impoverished families, yada yada yada. Children of the families grew up, etc. Even the outbreak of World War I could not stop the influence of the rich and powerful. And when Fred is murdered on the battlefield and branded a coward, it begins a long fight for justice, if only because a section of society appears to be beyond the law. Assisted by Clive White, an investigative journalist at the Mail, the newspaper uncovers corruption at the highest levels. Why, when it happened so long ago? Okay, so this is actually looks like it's signed. Best wishes, Edward Evans in 2020. Let's see. It could possibly have way less wars. Wasn't it that there was that whole Amazonians thing where the women were the ones who battled? It doesn't say when it was written. There's no actual, unless that page got ripped out. There is nothing there. Edward Evans lives in the Yorkshire village of Haworth. Okay, let's run this one. World War I kind of mystery thriller, stick it to the man, justice, and all that. Is it a graphic novel? That's cool. I like graphic novels too. Morgenthaler, A Difficult Hero. For those who don't know, Henry Morgenthaler ran abortion clinics when it was still illegal, and he took it to the Supreme Court to fight for the right to perform abortions for women who wanted them. Yeah, it was quite the thing. So 1990, this was copyright 1996. Um, so this is let me just read the quick. He lives with death threats. He's been jailed and mobbed. His clinics raided, torched, and firebombed. He changed one law and struck down another. He says it's all been for Canadian women, yet he is a humanist, not a feminist. Um, Henry Morgentaler is a man of intense contradiction. He is the unlikely hero of Canada's most divisive issue, the right to legal and medically safe abortion, a champion of women and a caring, compassionate doctor, beloved by factory workers and wealthy patrons alike. Yet his relations with friends, family, and lovers over the years have been troubled. He has an adult daughter who he finds it difficult to speak with him, ex lovers who he's sent reeling with his dismissal of them, and a push pull relationship with his brother Mike that did not begin to heal until just before Mike's death. Oh, okay. Henry Morgentaler, a difficult hero. I'm running that now. I did have another Morgentaler book that was actually signed by him, but this is not it. This is not the one. 1996. I remember in high school we had to do debate in our history class. He decided to do debate, and my friend and I, we were selected as a team, and we had to debate the pro-abortion. Um, and I just didn't understand enough about things to really to really understand enough. And at the age of grade 9, I still did not really understand enough to do it well. So we didn't win the debate, even though we should have. 1981. 1981, The Lonely Land by Sigurd F. Olsen. There are a few places left on the North American continent where men can still see the country as it was before Europeans came and know some of the challenges and freedoms of those who saw it first. But in the Canadian Northwest, it can still be done. 1,000 miles northwest of Lake Superior are great free rivers, lakes whose horizons disappear, countless unnamed waterways and ridges, and forested valleys still largely unknown. Into this land of Crees, Chippewyans, Yellowknives, and the Dog Rib Indians had once come the voyager, the Hudson Bay trader, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so this is The Lonely Land by Sigurd E. Olsen, and that's running now. The Lonely Land. A book about the voyageurs and traders who came at the beginning of colonization. Although I'm sure that book doesn't call it colonization. Okay, I'm gonna just pull these up. We've got some weird ones in here. Helen McCloy, The Long Body. Ooh. Miss McCloy has always resembled the best writers of the Sayers Blake Allingham school in her ability to combine a warm novel of likable people with a flawless deductive plot. Look at her face. Look at that. I love it. It was a sad widow's task for Alice Hazard to clear out her husband's desk after his seemingly accidental death. Ooh. But the emotional pang became an eerie sensation of dread and uncertainty when a mysteriously locked drawer yielded a strange empty envelope marked papers pertaining to Miss Lash. Ooh. It does have some sticker residue on the back. The Long Body by Helen McCloy. So this is like a pulp fiction type thing by Ace Books, 1955. 1955. Okay. Mrs. Made Easier, a glossary for Ludwig von Mises Human Action. What the heck is that? Human Action is truly the economics Bible for all peoples. It needs to be read and understood by all who seek answers to the terrible problems that beset our troubled world and stand in the way of universal peace and prosperity. In writing and carefully editing every page of Human Action, Mrs. chose his terms and expressions with scientific accuracy and scholarly precision. He thus used many words and foreign phrases with which many readers may be unfamiliar, particularly in the exact sense that Mrs. had in mind. So this is a glossary of the words that were written by Mrs. in his treatise Human Action, so that you can understand the words better, because words matter. All right, that's running now. Mrs. Made Easier. Such a super specific book. Fascinating. Whoops daisies. I put that on too quickly. Okay, this next one is a small book. I will not run this for $2. I will run this for more. It is How to Drive a Car, 19th edition. Make sure you ask for Lodge spark plugs. Lodge spark plugs. The world famous quality spark plug. This is from published in association with Motor Magazine. From what year? Oh, there you go. Make sure to Jubilee clip as well. And British School of Motoring. So this is English. Where's the publication date? There we go. First published in 1914. This edition was the 19th edition, 1958. 1958, How to Drive a Car. Let's see. How to Drive a Car, 1958. I'm going to run this not for $2. I'm going to run it for $4. And it's running now. How to Drive a Car from 1958. This one's pretty freaking cool. 1958. Welcome in, everybody. We're unboxing today. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but I get distracted. The Best of Gregory Clark. I think that he wrote for Weekend Magazine in Toronto. So, and is this signed? It is. It is signed by Gregory Clark, a Toronto. I think he was with the Globe or Star. I can't remember. But Gregory Clark wrote a weekly column, and it was extremely popular. And so this is The Best of Gregory Clark. And they're usually reminiscences of life in Toronto growing up. All right. Sitting on the Curb by K2 Marshall. There she is. There's Kay. Everyone say hi to Kay. Sitting on the Curb by K2 Marshall. She was born in 1910. Always claimed that she grew up 50 years behind the times. These essays, ranging in content from those early years to 1959, in Canadiana, which cannot be duplicated, not only in those days of raspberry vinegar and oatmeal water, but also in her observation of Canadians today. Oatmeal water. Oatmeal water? That sounds kind of good. Sorta. With maple syrup? All right. Running this one now. K2 in newspaper work span 8 years, during which she as a reporter and photographer for the Star. Oh, she got around. She got around. Ooh, The Great Illusion, Stalin's Russia, 1934 to 1938. The Great Illusion. Written by J. Bernard Hutton, and this was published in 1970. Ooh, includes pictures. Includes some pictures. Okay. If you like Russian history or just history of despots and villains, then this might be for you, because Stalin was pretty much a horrible human being. That I don't know why we don't talk about it as much. Villain is and what happened. A lot of lives lost. A lot of people killed. The Pros. This one is a documentary of professional football in America. This kind of football. So this one is The Pros. This is a large and in charge book. So this is football, American style football, running now. The Pros. This is it. History of American football. All right. That goes in there. Ooh, the top 40 NFL. The greatest pro football games of all time. At least until somebody wrote an R in it. Top 40. What year was this published? Gotta get to the year. There we go. 1988. 1988, the top 40 NFL, the greatest games of all time. The goats, the goats, the goats. And we'll run that for $2. Running now. $2. Hi HJC and Pagme and Live Sassy. Like live wisely, but live sassy. I like that. Okay, there's a lot of football books happening, and we got a puppet dog here. Whew, okay. This is the Heisman, a symbol of excellence. Hi, Pagme. Sometimes we come across antique books. Yes. How antique are you looking? Because antique, and like technically antique, like 100 years or more specifically antique. Because we can keep an eye out. We're unboxing today. We haven't had any major antique books yet. All right, running this one now. Heisman Trophy, a symbol of excellence. Yeah, I will if there's anyone else who sells antique books on here, say hi to Pagme so that she knows who to follow. I assume you're in Canada, so everyone wave and say hi to Pagme so that she knows, or she, I shouldn't assume she. They know. Ooh, Gailey loves candy. I love candy too, Gailey. I'm with you on that one throughout the medium. Is the first Hall of Shame. Pole vaulter loses shorts. Trevino hits to wrong hole. Player traded for soccer ball. All new and complete catalog of sports shenanigans. Shenanigans of sport. Can run that now. The sport shenanigans are happening. Looks like 1980s, but I'm probably wrong. Oh, look, it had somebody gave it to someone. I'm freezing. All right, 1987. I was right. It looked like 1980s. It was 1980s. Oh God, ESPN Sports Century. Holy cow! All the sports in the previous century. I assume this is. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of paper. There's a lot of pages. There's some pretty cool photos in here. I will say that there are some pretty amazing, like classic photos in here that that would look gorgeous framed. Sports photos. Take some of these sports photos, frame them up. Like, hang on. Like some of these are pretty epic. They would look pretty cool framed. All right, so reimagine this as framed images that we could go up in a person cave, a man cave, a woman cave. If you have like a sports bar type thing set up in your house, this would look really cool. All those pictures would look really cool. Okay. One last heavy book in here. It's a monster. This is the 20th Century Baseball Chronicle. It is a year-by-year history of Major League Baseball. Holy cow. And it weighs, oh, I don't think I can even, yeah, it weighs almost 6 pounds. So, oh God. So if you know somebody who really loves baseball, there is a 6-pound book that they can have all about 20th century baseball, an entire chronicle from, I'm sure, 1999. It was a big deal that we ended that century. Oh, Hutchinson House Museum. Someone took this out of Hutchinson House Museum. What? Approaching Ontario's past, the card file system of note taking. So if you are going to get into ancestry, genealogy research, historical research, you need to understand the card file system to note taking. And this is the guide for you. And I'm going to put this under ephemera and boopity boop or running now. And this was published by probably Ontario Historical Society in the 80s, I'm guessing. I was right, 1980. 1980. Okay, last thing in this box. First published in 1961. This is A Tale of Two Murders. This is a Fontana book. Let me pull it out of its cage. Okay. Let me just see. Is it really first publication? First published 1959. First issued in Fontana Books 1961. So this is the first issue in Fontana Books. Please note that right there. And we'll put that back in its little holder. So I don't know why she was in a holder, but because they were. So 1961. This is, it entertained Hilda Gaisley, hang on, to speculate about the strange woman who walked the riverbank at sunset. But murder and the facts which came to light afterwards made her ask herself desperately how she could have been so complacently blind to what had been happening around her. Gasp. Running now. Hilda was unusually impressed by Inspector Crankshaw and told him all she could. Then she became uneasy. She was sure that something she had seen, done, or said was utterly wrong. Okay, another box bites the dust. Woo! Okay, so should we go with column 1, column 3, or column 4? Which one would you like next as we carry on? Column 3. Okie dokie. Column 3 it is. Ooh, okay. Column 3 it is. Here we go. This one's A Parent's Guide to the New Teenager. It's called Get Out of My Life, but first could you drive me and Cheryl to the mall? In this revised and updated edition of his best-selling guide to raising adolescents, Dr. Anthony E. Wolfe tackles the changes of the past decade with the same wit and compassion of the original. All right, this is a small, and it was red, and it's got some staining, but it's quite funny, actually. So if you need to know how to deal with your teenager, I don't know necessarily if this is going to help, but it might. It might. This is A Parent's Guide to the New Teenager. Get out of my life, but first will you drive me and Cheryl to the mall? Yeah, I think we all go through that as parents. Ooh, this is pretty cool. This is Treasure for My Daughter, a handbook for the Jewish home. This editor, this is being published because many homemakers ask for such a book. In addition to the information on Jewish festivals, customs, and traditions that's in here, menus and recipes traditional to those holidays have been added. Also included are the benedictions in Hebrew, transliterated and translated, as well as a 25-year calendar covering all Jewish festivals. It's got facts, it's got information, and look at the amount of ephemera that this person saved of all these little recipes and stuff that are in here too. So I'm going to be really careful in opening this because the little bits that this person saved are in here. 1950. So A Treasure for My Daughter. This would have been passed down from mom to, this is definitely over a pound, so it needs to go in medium. 1950 book for Jewish girls to learn about how to entertain when they became wives. All right, that goes in there. Knee High by the 4th of July, a murder by month mystery. What? Mira's quirky puppy love for Chief Wenoga, a well-muscled fiberglass statue in her Minnesota small town, might be a safer love pursuit than online dating. Okay, this sounds weird. All right, a murder by month mystery. A murder by month mystery. It does have some staining. I just noticed that. It does have some staining. If Peacock, there's your coffee that you were looking for. It's right there on that book. This one's also got dirty back and a front. Needs a bath. This is 642 Things to Write About by the San Francisco Writers Grotto. So if you're kind of stuck with what to write about, this has, and let's see if someone actually used it or just abused it. It hasn't been used. Oh, wait, hang on. I'll take that back. Share an embarrassing. Okay, so share an embarrassing story your relatives always tell you about. Oh my God, I'm just trying to read this first in case there's something. He makes comments about his frontal lobe. Also, does not know what's wrong with him. Blah 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 blah. May birthday Mickey. Sarah heard him. Hardest thing she wasn't gonna. Oh dear. Okay, well the front it's got information, and then there's yeah, touch and run, touch and run. If you want to find out what's written in here, you have to buy the book. But it's got all these prompts. It's got 640 prompts, and then the last 2 pages, something really strange. It's going, oh, nope, there's some more over here. You were happily married, but one day you realize you have a crush on someone else. What happened? Okay, so weird. This is not exactly at all. I'm just gonna, sorry. Those pages are gonna get taken out. Before I donate this book, I don't want anybody reading that. That was just a little weird. Okay, 2 U.S. magazines, Us magazines. I know these aren't teen magazines, but People Weekly from 1991 with Liz and Larry's wedding. This would have had pictures of all the stars of the day. And then also we have Us magazine with Tom Cruise, the U.S. interview from 1992. So you get 2 1991 Emma Chamberlain magazine. I do not think so. Does anyone have Emma Chamberlain magazine? If you do, speak up and let hello Allison. Let Allison know. This is a medium book. We're gonna run this both of them together. You get both People magazine from 1991 and Us magazine from 1992. Look at this Hyundai car in the back, and of course you got to go Newport when you're out golfing. You need to smoke them if you got them. Oh, John Grisham, the Racketeer. My thing has died, turned itself off again. John Grisham, the Racketeer is going to run now. Yes, John Grisham, the Racketeer. It is a paperback of John Grisham, the Racketeer. Ooh. That's running now. John Grisham, the Racketeer. Next, we have, double check the weight. We are good. Next, we have Skinner's Trail by Quentin Jardine. Skinner's Trail by Quentin Jardine. That's going to run fast and furious, running now. Welcome in, everybody. We are unboxing, so we are finding all kinds of interesting treasures in here. Hello, Helen. How are you? So let's see. Oh, we got some kids books. We're getting into some kids books now. Cool. Okay. We have this is a little wonky. Needs to be flattened. But this is Barbie. I Can Be a Teacher. Reading level is number 2. Step number 2. Barbie, I Can Be a Teacher. It hasn't been written on the front. Let's see the back. No writing in the back. Barbie, I Can Be a Teacher. I like this one. All right, small book, and this is going to run for a doll hair. Running now. Barbie, I can be a teacher. It does need to be flattened. Barbie, I can be flattened. I can be a teacher, Barbie, just like you. Okay, and then, oh, Chicken Little. Chicken Little by Sally Hobson. Oh, hello. This title was purchased from proceeds of regular book sales. Okay. 1994, Chicken Little. Oh dear, Chicken Little's been hurt. Never mind. Never mind, I take it back. Oh, Dear Santa. Dear Santa, write your own Dear Santa letter. This is all about, oh, it's been damaged too. Oops, sorry. Fine, this is the problem with unboxing. What Santa Can't Do. To Harper, Love from Mama, December 2023. So this is from the team that brought you the New York Times bestsellers, What Dads Can't Do, What Moms Can't Do, and What Teachers Can't Do. This one is What Santa Can't Do, like Santa can't have cocoa without marshmallows. Let's see what else Santa can't do. Santa can never buy enough, I can't read that, enough reindeer biscuits. This is true. Santa can't. What else can't Santa do? He can't leave for work without a kiss and a present for someone special. Oh, that is really cute. Ooh, Elf on the Shelf, a Christmas tradition. This book was very important to read before you set out your Elf on the Shelf. I'm just going to run this in small. Running now. Books. Medium. There we go. All right, we got board books. We have this little piggy. We have Old MacDonald. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. We have Fisher Price, Fly, Bounce, and Roll. Another board book for toddlers. And we have this one, please note this. We have 5 Funny Eggs. This is an introduction to counting. Help mother hen keep track of her unusual eggs with hide and seek on every page. How cute is that? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4, so 50 cents each. 4 children's board books. You get this one, this one, all yours for $1.90. Okay, everybody, we are unboxing right now, so we are just getting through one box at a time. Oh dear, this one, I feel like I've seen this one before. This one is a small book. There we go. This is Real Woman Don't Pump Gas, a guide to all feminine. This book, Queen is without her the new world, hence the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Hoover Dam, the Ernest Hemingway would not have been possible, and Christopher Columbus would have ended up sipping sangria and eating quiche in Lisbon. Naturally, he took all the credit. This was published in 1982. 1982. So, a few things a real woman carries in her purse. Dog-eared address book. This is so old. Loose telephone numbers, tissues, last month's parking receipt, a comb, a pad and a pencil, 1 crayon, a checkbook, birth control device and backup device, grocery list, nail polish, sunglasses, feds, heads, I don't know what that is, wallet, a snapshot of a friend. The list goes on and on and on. So last year, heard about real men. Enough isn't. Uh, what do you think brought all these real men into the world? Who cooked the first burger? Who taught them to cook? Real women, of course. Let's not forget, print is did not spring whole from the loins of man, that even the mother. Better than gold. Better than gold. This is from here. This is illustrated by Thomas Beswick with woodcuts from 1970. So this is like there's all these like poetry poems and sayings, mini essays, and then all these woodcuts are in there. And this is all from, it's called Better Than Gold. So this was often given out to families after the death of someone, even though it's not all about death. But I don't know why at the time they felt that they needed to give a gift. And with it's expensive as it is. This is running now, I hope. Hopefully it's screen, but not on other screens. There we go. Let me know if I am actually freezing. I don't know what my on beefy. I'm gonna switch. That might make things better. We'll see. That might make things better. You're freezing. I'm freezing quite a bit. Thank you, Lanny. Okay, I've switched over, so hopefully that helps a little. I thought it was just me. It's me. It's me, unfortunately. Okay, hopefully that helps. No, my computer's frozen too. My computer, I shouldn't be frozen. Just gonna double check. Yeah, okay. Computer is attached. All right. Okay. It's better. Game books. Totally frozen. Okay, there. That might be a little bit better. That's coming out a little bit better, I hope. All right, so 1944 game book. Hey, Angie, am I better now? Is it less freezy? I feel like it. Okay, awesome. Yay! Thanks, everyone. I'm back. Sorry about that. This is a game compendium of books: chess, checkers, dominoes, backgammon, AC Doocy, cribbage, and roulette. This would go well with that cribbage book I had the other day. All right, next we have Come Back Alive, the ultimate guide to surviving disasters, kidnapping, animal attacks, and other nasty perils of modern travel. Come Back Alive. I think this would be important. Or you could just not go to places where it's possible that you could get killed. You know, that's an option too. It's not the best option. Finding water where it ain't, dehydration and rehydration. Copping a nuclear tan. What? Do these things happen often? I don't know. I guess. Stun guns. You can get a 4-inch stun gun for less than $20, it says. These cigarette pack size buggers lay out 60,000 to 300,000 volts of electricity from a 9-volt battery. Yeah, don't do that in Canada. Please don't do that in Canada. Oh no, more Canadians. Historically hilarious rhymes. Okay, it's got a signature on there, but I don't know if I don't think that's the signature of the author, but it could be. I don't know. It could be Gordon Snell's signature. Does it look like Gordon Snell? Kinda, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, so this has, let's see, like, Ned Hanlon, 1855 to 1908. Upon Toronto Island's shore, Ned Hanlon's father kept a store. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. This is going to be small. Pin. Nope, pin. There we go. He told the boy, it is the rule for kids your age to go to school. So Ned said, since I've got to go there, the simplest way will be to row there. Oh, yes. Well, Ned Hanlon was a very good rower. For Ned loved rowing in his boat and spent his boyhood years afloat. By 18, he was doing well. At single sculls, he did excel. Oh, good Lord. All right, Canadian poetry, historical poetry. I mean, I guess it's one way to learn about people. Now, this book, I love this book. Why do we say it? What I love about this is it explains the history of the colloquialisms that we use on a regular basis. So, for example, why do we say easy as ABC? Or eat one's head off. There we go. Why do you say he's going to eat one's head off? This expression was originally applied to horses whose food cost more than they would earn. It refers to the humorous notion that a horse eating oats will keep on nibbling its lips after the oats are gone, and if not stopped, will finally succeed in eating its own head off. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, this is a really cool colloquialism book. I have my own copy in my library of Why Do We Say It, and I used to go to it all the time before the interwebs intervened. This is how I would figure out why we say the things we do. All right, there's another box done. We've done another box. Okay, so should we go for a row number 1 that's behind me, or 4? 1 or 4? Which one do you want to do next? 1 or 4? You let me know. And welcome in, everybody. We're unboxing 4. 4 it is. Thank you, Nietzsche. Let me just grab 4. I'm going to move this back. Move this forward. Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. I'm going to pull this back where it was. Holy cow. Okay. Whew. Continuing on with the weird and wonderful books that we have on hand. Mystery box books. This is a history of the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair. Look how pretty that is. This was published in 1968. So it has the early days, the horse show, livestock, poultry, etc., etc. So a history of the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair, written in 1968, running now. It's got cool pictures, lots of words. There we go. I used to love going to the wool auctions. You can go to the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair, and they have sheep shearing competitions, and then that wool is saved, and then they donate that for the donation. They donate that to the fair, and then an auctioneer comes and actually auctions off the wool. So if you are ever interested in making your own wool directly from wool, from a sheep, you can actually buy an entire sheep. Okay, this is called Perfect Manhood. Speaking of antique books, this is an antique, I'm sure. What they say about Perfect Manhood. If you will call your neighbor's attention to Perfect Manhood and the following testimonials, he will want a copy. Send us his order with the cash and thus do him good. If evangelists and pastors will call attention to this book and read these testimonials to the congregation, they can easily flood the community with the book and thus help to save the manhood of our times. Oh my goodness. 1907. So let's see what some of the things they have to say. Oh, causes of sensuality. I've already shown that the laws of hereditary transmission may decree a lustful child to vicious parents. Universal observation teaches this. Whiskey and tobacco excite the passions. As a rule, men who use these drugs are more passionate than men who do not. Little boys who use cigarettes often bring on puberty several months or a year sooner than nature intended. This is due to the fact that nicotine excites the passions prematurely. Well, maybe just stop giving your kids tobacco. How about that? 1907. 1907, Perfect Manhood, one of those like Edwardian guides to never wanting to have sex with one of them. Perfect Manhood. PB&J. This is a very cool book. I had a friend who collected these. PB&J, thank you so much. That's coming to you. Thank you, thank you. The one cool thing in the beta trial that I'm on right now is that, see here where it says small book number 3. That's actually third thing I've sold today. And so it keeps everything in order. So it's not like small book number 1. It's small book. It's number 3. Number 3 of what I've sold. What else do we have here? The Last Command, Star Wars. I'm just going to run that next. The Last Command, Star Wars paperback. Paperback writer. Running that one now. Star Wars. Okay, what else do we have? The World at War CBC series. That was actually a BBC series at CBC. I don't see any. Oh, what does that say? 1973. Christmas 1973. Published in 1973. There you go. So this was a documentary series about I think it was the First World War. Second World War. So this is the book that accompanies the documentary series on the Second World War. Boopity boopity boop. Running now for $2 buckaroonies. We're gonna get through these boxes come heck or high water. 10 seconds is a long time, isn't it? Historic Ontario. This was published in unknown, but James Auld was the minister of the Department of Tourism and Information. Let's see. There's not even an ISBN number. So this has Canadian history, Ontario history, I should say. It's a short version of Ontario's historic Ontario, with a lot of highlights of places you could go. Like this is Ste. Marie among the Hurons. So let's see. This is small and running. Okay, running now. Historic Ontario. I think this was in the 80s. It's got really awesome, like, they look like woodcuts. That looks like Keene. Nope, it's not. So it's like a tourism guide of historic places, which would still be relevant today. You could still go to most of those places are still here amongst us. All right, the next up we have is Medium, and this is like a rock and roll book. This is the work of hypnosis, and they did designs for rock and roll, like as you can see, as well as a whole bunch of others. So it's like it's a history of advertising and design for this one particular company, Hypnosis, that did these amazing. I think they do amazing work. Look at that. Gorgeous photography throughout. All right, that goes down. That goes. The Flagship Hope, Aaron Lopez by Lloyd Alexander. Stories of Jewish men and women to inspire and instruct young people. All right, so this is Aaron Lopez. stories to inspire Jewish young people. Covenant books are a new and fascinating series designed to take young people on an adventurous expedition into the realms of Jewish experience. It's kind of cool. All right. Ooh, my goodness. Okay, these are not going to go for cheap. This is 1, 2, 3. This stays in medium. There's 3 of these. These are the children's story of the war from what year? November, number 8. That's number 2. Nelson's portfolio of war pictures. Part 1, Shadow of the European War. This one is, when is this published? Sorry, just trying to figure out when this is published. So the Kaiser is in this. So this is World War I. Yeah. So this is World War I. This is number 2. There is number 3. And these are all children's stories of the war. So there was history, and then there was like blow-by-blows that were palatable to children about what was going on during the First World War. And then this is number 4. So you have number 2, number 3, and number 4, all from the between 1914 and 1918. And I will run those all together as medium, but I'm going to run them for $6 for all 3. $6 for all 3 children's stories of the war. And if you haven't yet purchased something from me, as soon as you do, you unlock my rewards club, so you get lots of coupons. Okay, what does this one say? 1947 trapping. This is a 1947 guide to how to set up traps and trapping and hunting, how to find the right spots and the different species. 1947 guide to trapping. I will run that right now. What do I have on this? $5 hairs. 1947 guide to trapping. All right, no worries. Next up, we have the story of our products, Canada Packers Limited. And this is 1943. This is a 1943 history of Canada Packers, which was a huge employer throughout Canada. History of Canada Packers is running now. If you know anybody who worked for Canada Packers, they would probably love this book. All right, getting there. The Ironclads of Cambrai by Brian Cooper. 376 tanks, led by their CO, drove into the dull, misty dawn at Cambrai, November 20th, 1917. Supported by 1,000 field guns and 275 planes and 6 infantry divisions, they smashed through the impenetrable Hindenburg line, winning 98 awards for gallantry in the most spectacular advance of the war. Ooh, this sounds cool. The tanks more than proved their worth. The military commanders were to fail yet again. Ooh, spoiler alert. The Ironclads of Cambrai. All right, what else do we have here? Battleship, the loss of the Prince of Wales and the Repulse battleship. On Wednesday, the 10th of December, 1941, the third day of the war in the Pacific, 2 British capital ships were sunk off of Malaya by Japanese with a torpedo attack. Let's see. Whatever did happen in those confused hours, the sinking of the Prince of Wales and the Repulse has been surrounded by controversy, uncertainty, and strong emotions. I can imagine. The Killing Time, German U-boats, 1914 to 1918. The thrilling story of the Kaiser's intrepid sea wolves, who brought Britain within a hair's breadth of surrender. It is a savage record of the bitter fighting which centered around them, their triumphs and disasters. Ooh, that's interesting. Next up, welcome in everybody. Hello, hello. I'm unboxing today, so it's an interesting pile. We're just going through one at a time to sort through this. Alice in Wonderland. Notice the issues with. There's some issues here. Alice in Wonderland. This was a 1955 copy of Alice in Wonderland. It does need some help, but the illustrations inside. Whoops. Cute little illustrations inside, and this cover. I think this cover should just be. The cover should be saved. It is such a sweet cover. All right, we're gonna run this for $2. Running now. Alice in Wonderland, 1955. Not in the greatest condition. It needs some TLC for sure. Okay. Next up in this box, we have a more unbending battle. The Harlem Hellfighters struggle for freedom in World War I and equality at home. This looks like a really interesting read. So these were Black American soldiers who were called the Harlem Hellfighters, and they went to England and realized that there was much more freedom for people of color there than there was in the United States, and then they came home to the same prejudices and problems. This next one is Super Ship by Noel Mostert. Anyways, Super Ship, a brand of, let's see. Let's see if we can read the frontispiece. Spawned by the relentless economics of oil, the gargantuan crude carriers called supertankers are today plying the seas in ever-growing numbers, unless they're stuck in the Strait of Hormuz. They are by far the biggest ships ever built. Their coming has already been marked by disasters on an unprecedented scale. Monster ships wrecked and disabled. All right, what else do we have in here? Fur, the trade that put Upper Canada on the map. Ooh, Canadian history. This can go in small. All right. Records show that there is much more fur in Canada now than when the first Europeans saw the huge benefits of the fur trade, the first industry in Canada. Really? Really? Ministry of Natural Resources. And this was published in, I probably have it on my notes here. Nope, I do not. 1983. 1983, fur trade. The trade that put Upper Canada on the map. In the early days of the fur trade, if an Indian trapper wanted to purchase a gun, he had to have enough beaver pelts, which when laid on their flat, made a pile that would be as high as the gun. Ooh. Wow, that's a lot of pelts. Oh, look, another one of these. Another copy of that. We don't need that, thank you. Okay. War at Sea in the Ironclad Age. War at Sea in the Ironclad Age. This one's like full color throughout. Impressive. The most dramatic product of military industrial revolution. Let me just double check the weight. No, it's medium. It's heavy. The book is small, but it is heavy. It was the steam-powered warship. In the mid-19th century, the major naval powers began to revolutionize their navies, dispensing with wood, I'm going to run this now, sail and cannonballs, and embracing steel, steam, and shells. At the height of the Victorian era, it was the ironclad warship that made it possible for colonial powers to acquire and control their overseas empires. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, this next one is called No Empty Chairs, the short and heroic lives of the young aviators who fought and died in the First World War. Life for most of the pilots. Let me just double check the weight. Yep. life for most of the pilots of the Royal Flying Corps was appallingly short. If they graduated alive from the training that killed more than half of them, only a few would survive the fierce battles they fought over the ravaged landscape of no man's land. That one's cool. What else do we have in here? Bobby Hall Superstar. This one needs a bath on the front. It's got some residue there. Bobby Hall Superstar, 1974. This was a kid's book all about Bobby Hall Superstar. Bobby Hall Superstar. Superstar. Running now. Bobby Hall Superstar. Alrighty. Okay, television servicing. 1959. This does not look like a 59 book, but it is. 1959 television servicing guide to how to service televisions from 1959. How cool is that? If someone you know collects old televisions, they might love this book. Someone tell Moses Znaimer. Moses Znaimer actually has like a huge television collection. Some of them he keeps at the little museum he's created. There's like a television museum he's created in the back at City TV in Toronto. But he's like obsessed with old televisions, which is actually kind of cool thing to collect if you own a television station. Totally makes sense. Okay, Brett Hall. Shootin' and Smilin'. Brett Hall from what year? It doesn't say. I did not write that down to myself. Brett Hall. He was born in 1964. 1991. 1991. Is this an autobiography? It's an autobiography. Brett Hall and Kevin something. So Brett Hall, autobiography written in 1991. When he wasn't even 30 years old at the time. Can you imagine having an autobiography when you're not even 30? That's impressive. That is impressive. Okay, last thing in this box, and then we can do another box, is the Rolling Stones files. 400 recently discovered photographs from the Daily Mirror archive. Ooh, this looks interesting. Okay, this is definitely a rock and roll history book for those who love the Rolling Stones. And we will run that for $2 running now. The Rolling Stones files, 400 exclusive archived from the archives of the Daily Mirror. All right, I'm running out of space in that. So there we go. All right. Which pile should we do next? I think I can handle doing one more before I've got to head out to do some other things. So, should I do pile number 1 or pile number 3 or pile number 4? Since pile number 2 is out of reach. 1, 3, or 4, your choice. Let me know. Otherwise, I'll grab 1. All right, I will grab 1. No worries. Ugh. I'm just gonna put this down here. Start a new box pile. There we go. Okay. Oh dear God. This is a lot of books. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. Here we go. Fix it yourself. The 100 most common house and apartment trouble spots anyone can repair. How to fix leaky faucets, rattling windows, etc. And what year is this from? Easy to follow photos. 1955. 1955. Fix it yourself. And that's running now. Fix it yourself, 1955. All right, no worries. Which that Bob's a girl detective. Ooh, what year is this from? MCMXXVIII. 1928. 1928. Bob's a girl detective. So this is a girl detective story from 1928. Kind of like Nancy Drew, but it's 1928 by Carol Norton. I think I can put this in small. No, I cannot. It's in medium. 1928, Bob's a Girl Detective book. 1928, Bob's a Girl Detective. Hi, comms. Hopefully my internet troubles have ended. Hopefully it's a clearer picture. Let me know if it isn't, if there's any issues. It seems to be okay. This is me testing it out on the screen in front of me. The Street of Many Arches by Joan Conquest and Gwen Lally. Look at this. It's actually like embossed in there. The Street of Many Arches. Okay, tell me more. Lending Library, A. Simmons, Danforth. Good for you, A. Simmons. Having your own lending library. 1924. The houses of the women on either side of the street were built between great arches of rock. Edmonton books. There was I don't know if you were here for it. There was the one about the dinosaur area. Nothing about Edmonton yet. But the day is young. I think I'm gonna do this one box and then I'm going to go have some lunch because it is 12:42. Yeah, the Drumheller one is pretty cool. All right, the Street of Many Arches. I don't know what it's about, but it's in 1920s. Did I say 1920s? Anyways, moving on. Grab and go. Grab a book and go. Okay, next up we have The Man Who Could Not Shudder by John Dixon Carr. They didn't believe in ghosts, and what happens when 6 rational people are invited to Longwood House and one of them is murdered by a gun that comes off the wall by itself and hangs in midair. Only Dr. Fell can solve the perplexing problem of who shot the man who could not shudder, and what he finds makes him destroy the evidence. Oh my goodness. A man who could not shudder, who was shot with a gun that was hanging on the wall and then came off the wall and shot him midair. And then the guy who finds out the truth destroys the evidence. Okay. Other Paths to Glory, winner of Crime Writers Association Award for the Best Crime Novel of the Year. It got a Golden Dagger Award. The past was the autumn of 1916, and the dead of the 29th Battalion of Rifles almost wiped out during attack at Boulay Wood on the Somme. The present was the murder of an eminent military historian and other men who might know too much about what happened during that battle so long ago. Paul Marshall, a young expert on the First World War, was enlisted by Dr. Audley and Colonel Butler of the Ministry of Defense to help in their investigation to discover what really did take place in 1916. I want to know, what did take place in 1916? I want to know now. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We got some more. I'm going to stick with some smalls for a bit, so we can go fast through some smalls. Love and Knishes. It's a cookbook. It's got like a bookmark here, little brass bookmark in one spot. It's got all kinds of pages and little bits put in here. I love it. If you like to cook, this book is for you. If you like to read, this book is for you. And if you like to eat, Mazel Tov. Here is a guide to Jewish cooking that will have you laughing all the way to the stove. It will also show you how to cook all these delectable Jewish dishes that have made the Jewish mother who she is today. A regular genius. Can't argue with that. David, Heroes of God. David. A book about... Oop, no. There. A book about David. David. Running now. It's going to touch and run. Fast and Furious. Touch and run. A book about David. Is that him there? David, Warrior of God. Okay. Next up we have The Camping Holiday by Margaret J. Miller. Look at the cute little squirrel that's on the cover. I love this cover. Presented to Baden Donkey. That's an actual name. Baden Donkey. For good conduct, diligence, and regular attendance. 1967. The Camping Holiday. Also, oh, this is a squirrel series. Look at that. There they are in The Camping Holiday. This is part of a squirrel series. I didn't realize there was a squirrel series. The Camping Holiday. Look at all these cute little images in here. Okay. Camping Holiday. Running now. Oops. This is the boring part. Gotta hold it up so you can see The Camping Holiday. Part of the squirrel series. I have no idea. Squirrel series. Okay. Cutthroat Celts. Horrible Histories. Horrible Histories is running now. Cutthroat Celts. History with the nasty bits left in. It gives you the ghastly truth about the wild warrior race that weren't afraid to fight the rotten Romans. Okay, next up we have Kabbalah. The Guide to Kabbalah is an accessible introduction to an increasingly popular subject. Okay, running now. Teacher guides you through the origins of this mystical tradition and reveals in basic principles and beliefs. He provides original meditations so that you can experience the inner world safely. Okay, let's see what else we have here that's lightweight. Let's see if there's anything easy with, oh my gosh, this book. This book I should just put in my buy it now and leave it there. I think the rest of these are heavy. Yeah, the rest of these seem to be heavier. So we're going to go with the light ones. Okay, this book I'm going to put in my buy it now. This is How to Flatten Your Tush. And it's by Coach Marge Reardon, who, it's actually quite amusing. She's got all kinds of funny little anecdotes in here. Next to the last printing, 1979. And this is her former armor sergeant. And she does actually teach you how to flatten your tush, but it's also got some like sexism in there. And like tush trivia. Can you name the tush in this picture? It's actually quite funny. What tush would you like to see on the cover of Reader's Digest? So, How to Flatten Your Tush by Coach Marge Reardon. It does actually have real things that you can do at home to help flatten your tush. All right, where am I going to put this? I'm going to put this over here. Let's see. Rampole Place by a novel by Isabella Holt. The cover, the jacket needs help. There's the cover. Cover's in great condition. What year is this? 1952. 1952. We're going up to medium now. Pin and run. 10 seconds. But the greater drama lives in the lives of the second generation at Rampole Place who are crossing the bridge between the world of the past and the promised land of the future. This is really their story. Ooh, I believe you. Oh gosh, I forgot about these two small ones. Dad Jokes. Dad Jokes, 160 hilarious knee slappers and hockey puns. Oh, hokey puns. Hokey puns. Okay, here we go. 160 of these puns. Why can't you have a nose 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. Boy. And my daughter's favorite book when she was a kid, this board book, Doggies, by Sandra Boynton. This was my daughter's favorite book because it was about dogs. This is not her copy of it. This is just so adorable. Doggies. Okay. And what else do we have in here? Let's just grab a whole pile. I assume these are all. Yep. We're just going to run through them fast and furious. Okay. I'm just double checking the weights so I can run through these pretty fast. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's do this set. Here we go. The Case of the Cautious Coquette by Gardner. Stanley Gardner. Look at that. The Case of the Cautious Coquette. Got lots of foxing. The Case of the Crimson Kiss and The Case of the Crying Swallow. Oh, you get three books in one from 1949. So 3 books in one. There's 3 of these mystery books that would have been Pulp Fiction that were put into this one publication from 1949. 1949. This is going to be medium. 1949 mysteries. There's 3 books in one. The Case of the Cautious Coquette and 2 others are also in here. All right. On the Way to Storyland, a Laidlaw reader. As you can see, this is a school reader from Queen Alexandra School. So as you can see, kids marked it all up. But these readers are very popular because of all these illustrations that are inside. Like, look how amazing these are. These are amazing. Melody! How are you, Melody? Welcome in. I'm unboxing. This is from 1955. 1955. You're okay? How's the foot doing? How are you feeling? All right, running this one now. 1955, On the Way to Storyland. This one make great junk journaling. It definitely needs to be junk journaled. Look at that. We'll put that over there. All right. Beyond Treasure Valley. Style you. Hello, how are you? Welcome in. Beyond Treasure Valley. This is another reader. Bet's Basic Readers, 3rd edition, American Book Company. It's a discard. 1965. You tried driving without the boot. Oh, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Why did you do that? You were desperate to drive, weren't you? You just wanted to drive. It sucks, but Daddy's Bargain Bin, how are you? Look how cool this is. It is so cool. I'm doing well. Thank you, Style You. Hey, we're unboxing books. Books are a hard sell on Whatnot, but that's because of the shipping. But some of these are so cool. These would look amazing. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that again, Melody. Please don't do that to yourself again. Oh, you didn't see, there is this Love and Knishes book that I found. Look at this. And all of her like little recipes and stuff are like shoved in here. I love it. I saw it. It was so cute. And I was like, that is so adorable. Okay, where am I going? I'm going on this one. The Child's Bible, Old Testament. Rewritten for all ages to understand and enjoy with full colors throughout. And like, look at these images inside. Do I still have the card? You have to tell me which card it is. and how long ago it was, because the answer is probably no, since, like, chaos. Chaos exploded in here. This one doesn't have a date. There's no date on this. That's really rude. There's no date. All right. Old Testament. I can't see a date, but Old Testament. Millhouse's mom, how are you? How's Millhouse doing? Is he all right? Is he okay? Is he getting relentlessly teased? This one is The History of the Jews of Toronto, a history to 1937. The present-day Jewish community of Toronto, its character, institutions, to extent its attitudes were shaped by the events of the formative 100 years between the 1830s and 1937. In the first full-scale study of an urban Jewish community in Canada, historian Stephen Spiesman traces the origins, settlements, patterns, and often peculiar problems encountered by the immigrant Jew during that period. So this is a history of the Jews of Toronto to 1937, and this was published in 1979. Very cool. The first full-scale history of an urban Jewish community in Canada, the Jews of Toronto, a history to 1937, is a unique contribution to the colorful record of Toronto's past and to the documentation of the development of immigrant Jewry, immigrant Jewry in Canada. I don't know why that's stuck. Why do I get stuck on words? The Jewry. Sounds too much like I can say jewelry, or that one's ow. I just cracked a knuckle. That one. I'm just double checking weights here so I can quickly just run through some without worrying about weights. That way we can just touch and run. Yeah, we're still good. This one probably not. No, it is. Okay. This one. Yep. And this one, but not that last one. Okay, here we go. Ugh. Wild mixture. You always say jewelry and you're Jewish. Lexi, are you here? Hello, or not here? The Son of the Gods by Rex Beach. It does have issues here. 1929. The Mussin Book Company, 1929. Son of the Gods. I don't know anything about it. We can just. I'll turn to and let's see. Sarcasm, eh? I'm just gonna read from it. No idea. You are a trial, precious. No, he hasn't kissed me yet, but he will. After that, I'll be able to tell you a lot more about him and about myself. I'll see myself in a fierce, revealing light, and probably I'll begin to wonder who he is and what he is and whether he has money or merely personal appeal. I don't know. The Good Housekeeping Best Book of Stories for Boys and Girls. Hey, Squish. Hey, Squish, how are you? Yeah, sometimes you just got to read. Sometimes I stop and read. Sometimes I run fast. Sometimes it's fun to just kind of stop and read. Okay, what year is this from? Good Housekeeping. Oh, Rosemary had this. 1962 from this book. She was given this by 15-and-a-half-year-old Tim on September 27, 1962. Look at that image. This is published in, oh my gosh, don't you hate it when your fingers get dry from touching books too long? 1958. Okay, so let's see. On the banks of Plum Creek. Let's see. No, wait. Understood Betsy. Oh dear. Okay, here we go. Let's go. She spoke in her usual voice and immediately drew the children after her. But Betsy's heart was singing joyfully as she trotted along, clasping Cousin Anne's strong hand. Now she knew that Cousin Anne realized. Ooh, I think she rescued Cousin Anne first. I think so. I think that's what happened. Ooh, the Con Book of Verses. This is Robert Kirkland Karenin. He was known as the Con. Please note there's like water damage in this. The Con Book of Verses. There's the Con. In the Wigham in Rockton, Ontario. That's where he lived. And he wrote, oh, it's okay. The water damage stops about here. He wrote, and then he published. He published in newspapers. I think it was mostly in the Toronto newspaper. He would publish these verses, and he'd get paid for it. Okay, so let's see. Thinking of something else. Give myself 15 seconds. We never blunder only when we're thinking of something else. Mistakes are made by tongue or pen when thinking of something else. This world we stumble and fumble through, making a pretty how do you do, and the reason is that I and you are thinking of something else. This is actually quite cute. Did you ever spark a lady who was thinking of someone else? The jig is up and you are through. She's thinking of someone else. She doesn't hark to what you say. She's gazing past you far away. You feel like a bucket full of whey. She's thinking of someone else. You stub your toes. You skin your nose, thinking of something else. This is the cause of all your woes, thinking of something else. You go to church. Right thing to do. From first to last, the service through. You heard no word because you were thinking of something else. Actually, I kind of like this. Oh, wait, there's more. Don't turn a busy corner if you're thinking of something else. A shopper may give you an awful biff thinking of something else. You'll see some stars, your ears will hum, and feeling kind of stiff and numb, you'll find yourself in kingdom come thinking of something else. Many's the time you kneel to pray, thinking of something else. And then the angels whispering say, he's thinking of something else. You'll never get safely over there. You'll never be able to climb the stair. In short, you'll never get anywhere thinking of something else. I kind of like this guy. Oh. Does anyone need a high holiday prayer book? Because I got one. I got one, and I can't read this part. I can read this part, obviously. One side's Hebrew, English. Anyways, we got a high holiday prayer book. I will run that for $1 here in case anybody needs a high holiday prayer book. And oh, now I have to find a passage because I gave myself. Okay. For the sin which we have committed before thee under compulsion or of our own will, and for the sin which we have committed before thee by hardening our hearts, for the sin which we have committed before thee unknowingly. All right. Let's go to the next one. Oh, Sabbath and Festival prayer book. We got another prayer book. This one's for Sabbath and Festival. Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement. Ooh, I just flipped to the page. I guess today is my day of atonement. Let's see. Bloop. Each of the following 4 verses is repeated. I will give thanks unto thee, for thou hast answered me, and art become my salvation. The stone which the builders rejected is become the chief cornerstone. By the grace of the Lord, this has been done. It is marvelous in our eyes. This is the day which the Lord has made. On it we will rejoice and be glad. The festival book is the party book. Ooh, Sabbath and Festival. Partay. I want to party. Let's talk about the Jewish holidays. Speaking of Jewish holidays, let's talk about them. This was written in 1970 by Dorothy K. Kripke. And it tells you all about God actually encourages cross-dressing. Shut the front door. That's awesome. I mean, if you want to do that. If you don't, then don't. I mean, when pants aren't that old. Pants weren't invented that long ago. So skirts were a thing for a long time. All right. 10 seconds for let's talk about the Jewish holidays. I assume it's like a children's book to make them understand about what's going on during the Jewish holidays. from 1970. Those illustrations are amazing. The 6 Days of Yad Mordecai. I don't know. By Margaret Larkin, 1979. This book was translated from the original English into a lot of other languages, and this is from the Yad Mordecai Museum. Okay. I settling on the land. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. The 6 Days of Yad Mordecai is running now. A few minutes before 3 o'clock, Tavia came back to headquarters with the news that a messenger had arrived from the Palmach. No help could be sent. Oh dear. Were they like stuck a 6-day war? Ooh, okay, that makes sense. It said the Liberators and such on it, which made me wonder. Okay, character encyclopedia for minifigures. It did have a minifigure that no longer is in there. It's Lego Minifigs encyclopedia of the different minifigs. So it's a minifigs encyclopedia, character encyclopedia. So we went from a 6-day war to a character encyclopedia. Jump into the weird and wonderful world of Lego minifigures. Get to know the music-loving disco dude, the seafaring pirate captain, and the blushing bride. All right, last thing in this box, and then I can go have some lunch. This is super heavy. It is very heavy. It is not medium or large. It is extra large, but is only $2. This is Israel at 50. So this is the 1948 to 1998 Israel at 50. And it's got all kinds of, ooh, as usual. Oh, a maple leaf is in here. Okay, well, it is a very heavy book, so that makes sense. Yeah, you get a bonus maple leaf as well. Israel at 50 is going to run now. It is very large and in charge. The pictures in this album, like an echo in the mountains, do not tell the whole tale of Israel, but they do constitute the best testimony of its existence. All right. Oh, that is it for me for today. We will continue on another day and continue to do the fun stuff of unpacking. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a fabulous day. I think we'll go into Owl Always Love Vintage and check out what she's got. She's almost at 1,000 sales, so let's get her over the target. I love you guys. I will see you. I don't know if I schedule something for tonight. If so, hopefully I will be able to do it, and I will see you later. Love you guys. Bye for now.